Just throw me all the nice and creamy concealers and I'll probably love you forever. Yeah, and salad. Chips inside. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If it is your first time on this channel, if it's your first time seeing this face, hearing this voice, don't forget to subscribe and tell me who you are, where you're from, so I can give you a shout out on my next video. And if you of course are a returning subscriber, thank you very much. Million thanks for you clicking on this video. And yeah, as you guys saw by the title, I'll be sharing with you guys my foundation, everyday foundation routine, and I'll be also reviewing this foundation, which is the Infaillable 24-hour freshwear foundation, and just a couple of other things, having a chat on that. And yeah, if you guys are keen on hearing about that, make sure you watch. But while you're there, don't forget to subscribe, okay? And while you're on that subscribing mode, put on your notification bell so whenever I post, you will be the first to know. And yeah, let's get into this video. So the foundation I'll be reviewing today is the Infallible 24 Freshwear foundation. This is the foundation that I'll be reviewing today. I have used this foundation before and worn it, so I can say a thing or two, just first thing, it was so difficult for me to find a shade. I have already primed my face, so to prime my face I used the new Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser, and this is a lightweight primer, pretty affordable. I've been using this for the longest of time, so that should say something about it. I usually prime my T-zone areas because I am so oily there. Wherever you find yourself oily, I suggest that you prime your skin. Go for a primer that works for your skin type. So if you have oily skin, you should go for a primer that attacks that problem. If you have a very dry skin, then you should go for a primer that also attacks those problems. But this, it's just a general one. That's why I like it so much, because it does not it's not for oil, it's not for dry, it's just for any kind of skin. This is a very runny foundation, which I really like. Very lightweight, and it's a medium to full coverage, I think, because it is a freshwear, so that would mean that it is not really a full coverage foundation. For someone who has really dark marks, scarring, like their skin is just not in the perfect tone, then I really suggest that you look into other foundations. But if you have really good skin and you don't suffer from pigmentations and scarring and all those things, then I do recommend this. But if you do like the foundation, then you should go for a color corrector. Maybe LA Girl Pro does have a color corrector, so you can just check there and get something to help you cover your dark spots or scarring. So I've went with one layer. I think I done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pumps of this one layer of the foundation, but it's really not enough, so I'm going to just go ahead and do the second layer of it. The nice thing about this foundation is that it does not feel thick and heavy on the skin, so so going for another layer is not really a train smash, because you're really not going to get all that thick and comfortable feeling. As you guys can see, this foundation is a bit too warm for me. It was really hard for me to get a shade, but we'll talk about that at the end of the video. For now, I'm just gonna go ahead and apply another layer. In order order for my foundation to have like a flawless look finish to it, I always go in with a beauty blender, because sometimes the brush does leave some brush strokes, brush lines. Make sure you use a damp beauty blender. Find a beauty blender that does not really soak up all your foundation. I will leave a link in the description box where I got this beauty blender, and I absolutely love it. Like, this is one of my favorite beauty, well, it is my favorite beauty blender. So if you guys want it, then you can check it out in the description box. Another tip, don't overblend, guys. Don't do that. Just blend enough. Just make sure that your foundation is properly applied all over your face. I'm gonna be going in with two different concealers today. This is my go-to concealer. This is the Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Fawn. I've been using this concealer, and I'm sure we all agree. If you agree with me, can I get an amen in the comment section that this is honestly the goddess of the concealer industry? But since we are using the Infaillable 24-hour foundation, I thought, let me just try the Infaillable concealer. And this is in the shade Toffee. I did go for a concealer just one shade lighter than my original concealer, because my original shade, as you guys can see, it is a bit lighter. Because of the foundation that I took, I didn't have a shade that really was blending well with my skin, so I had to go for a lighter concealer to kind of balance out the foundation. Guys, another tip, don't stress yourself too much. If you don't find a foundation that is not working for your skin, if it's lighter or if it's darker, just play around with the concealers. If you get a foundation which is darker than you, then go for a lighter concealer than your original or than your normal concealer to kind of balance it out. It's not a train smash, you can work around it, but just pray to God that the foundation that you're using does not oxidize, because if that is the case, then you will be in serious trouble. I've heard really good reviews about this concealer. I have had it, but I've never used it before. Today will be the first time I use this concealer for highlighting, and we'll see how it holds up. First thing, I'm not really a fan of the applicator, because I just feel like if anything continuously touches your face, it gets germs. Even though your face is clean, I just have that thing behind my head that this it could be gathering some germs, but maybe I'm just being extra. So I'm just gonna do a few strokes under there, not too much because it is extremely light. I love how creamy the concealer is. It's really creamy. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use my LA Girl. Too light, so it's extremely light, so I'm a bit skeptical about using it for all my highlight zones. So I'm just gonna use the LA Girl, because I really don't want to look ashy at all. And then to blend out my concealer, I'm gonna go ahead and use the same sponge that I was using for my foundation. And oh guys, the creaminess is amazing. Oh wow, I am really a sucker for creamy concealers. It is a bit too light for me. I'm gonna go ahead and add some more of my LA Girl just to kind of tone it or balance out the shade, because guys, the last thing you need for your foundation, everyday foundation, is to look ashy. So it's blending in quite nicely, my foundation, which I do appreciate a lot. Yeah. So guys, I actually realized that my camera stopped filming, but I went ahead and I contoured my face, and I was using the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade 55. So the next step is for me to set my concealer and just for it not to crease. So I'm using the Essence Brighten Up banana powder. I don't usually let my setting powder bake because I feel like it makes your makeup a bit ashy. So as soon as I apply it, I just like dust it off. So to contour my face, I'll be using this Ralo compact powder, which I got from Escort. Guys, I went ahead and put on my lashes. People are always asking me about where I get my lashes from, so I buy my lashes at a Chinese store at the Glen called Infaillable. There's like different types of lashes. This pack is the Dawn Beauty. These are the Dawn Beauty. I think these are the 5D mink lashes. And I was really not a blush person, but now I'm like kind of, you know, falling for it, loving it, and you know, kind of appreciating blush. So I'm using the Essence Hey Chick blush. I usually just go in with these two shades. These two, just to kind of give your face some color. Don't overdo it, it's not cute. So this is just for warmth purposes, not for anything else, not to blush, for warmth, okay? And then I'm gonna go in with the same palette, this gold right here, highlight on my cheek. Just taking a smaller brush to do the bridge. My eyelashes, my underlashes, I'm gonna be using my telescopic extra black Loreal mascara. Okay guys, to set my face, I'll be using the Infaillable Fixing Mist, and this is by Loreal as well. So I'm just going to give it a good little shake and spritz it on my face. I have come to the final product or result of my foundation routine, and I'm thinking we should just have a little bit of a chat on the products that I've been using. I was using this foundation. I think I am a bit late for reviewing it. I'm sure it's been on the market for over a year now. There's only 26 different shades of this foundation, which in all honesty is a bit of a bummer because it does compromise a lot on covering or getting foundation shades or shades that will be suitable to a wider range of people, because other foundations you have 50, 100, even have 100 different shades, others are 60, and they are only coming up with 26. So from my experience, in terms of getting the correct shade, it was highly difficult, like so difficult for me to actually get a shade. I got mine from Biscayne and it was retailing for 219 rand, but it was a special, so it came with a box which had the mascara and the L'Oreal setting spray, so which was kind of boring for me. And yeah, to be honest with, I think the price for the foundation is a bit steep for a drugstore foundation, but it seems like all the prices are going in that direction, so I'm not really surprised about the price. In terms of its coverage and everything, so this is a freshwear, so which would mean that it is medium coverage foundation, so if you have scarring or anything like that, it won't cover that all. So I do suggest that you do get a color corrector and kind of, you know, deal and tackle those problems. In terms of it being a 24-hour foundation, I've never worn foundation for that long, but I have worn this foundation for I'm sure 8 hours or something, and it was really okay. You just need to make sure that you apply your primer on so that the foundation can really hold on. And I have to take my hands off for the setting spray because my makeup hardly shifts when I have that setting spray on. So I do really 100% like the setting spray, but for the foundation, it's a pretty good foundation. But the only problem I had with it was getting the correct shade, and that time the shade that I got is a bit too warm for my natural skin tone, so that was the only problem that I had. As for the concealer, I really liked how thick it was, how creamy it was. A lot of people have been commenting the concealer for, and I can also really throw in my 2 cent comment and say it is a good concealer, but honestly guys, it does not take the place of the LA Pro Conceal, which is the resident of my heart in terms of concealer. So I really like that concealer. Another tip, when you buy a foundation, guys, make sure you use a foundation that will match your neck, the back of your hands. You don't want to be having 5 million shades when people look at you. Your face is dark, your neck is light, your hands are medium color. I think with this foundation, I do get that a lot for me personally because it was really hard for me to get a shade. But in all rounder, yeah, that is what I can tell about this foundation. But with the setting spray, I don't think you'll really need a press powder or anything like that because the setting spray is bombs. Like, it's really grand and I like it a lot. Okay guys, that will be the end of my video. If you guys have any kind of questions, make sure you leave them in the comment section. Guys, please comment below. I'd really like to hear what you have to say. Everything that I was using will be in the description box, links, whatever, and I will see you guys on my next video. Toodaloo!